What's up, pals? Today's January 26, 2019, and today I'm just kind of hanging out in the park by myself. I like to take walks and, walk through the park and just kind of spend some time alone, be with myself, be by myself. And today I was actually on my way home, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to stop by the park and just kind of sit out there for a little bit. And I'm not really walking today, I'm just kind of sitting, but sometimes it's just nice to be out in nature. It's nice to, see the green grass and all the trees and the bushes and smell fresh air. So that's what I'm doing today. And I find that more and more I need alone time. I need to be by myself, like unbothered by any other people, by any of their energy, by just being by myself. It's kind of a way to, I think, recharge the battery a little bit. And I never used to be that way. It's so interesting. I think there was a time in my life that I just couldn't be by myself. I couldn't be alone because I didn't really, I think I had a lot of beliefs about being alone that were just not good for me. Like I always thought that, well, if I'm by myself, then that means that nobody wants to be around me, or just these kind of off the wall beliefs about how that meant that I was unwanted or unloved. And I've gotten some clarity on that in the last probably few years, and just realized that I actually don't believe that we're ever alone. That's just something that, whatever your beliefs are, I just really believe that we're not alone while we're here. I believe that we have, guidance, and I believe that we have support, and I believe that in every moment we have, our inner spirit, our inner being, that just inner part of us that really is always there, that really is always kind of speaking and leading and guiding us. And so for me, I'm realizing that I need time alone to kind of check in and connect and see where I'm at, see how I'm feeling, like what's going on with me. And it's always good for me. I do actually a lot of journaling as well, and so I just feel like there are just times where you need to reflect, and you need to be by yourself, and you need to take a moment, and you need to do things that you enjoy, Like I enjoy coming to the park. I enjoy taking a nice little walk. I enjoy just sitting here, listening to the birds, being out here in nature, I guess. I mean, I'm not in a forest or anything like that, but this is nature. I'm outside enjoying the trees and and so I just wanted to kind of chat a little bit about how, more of that in 2019, more of like recognizing when we just need to go off and be by ourselves for a little bit, because it really does help, kind of gets us centered, gets us balanced, gets us feeling like, okay, I'm clear on the next move, or what I'm going to do, or just anything of that nature. And so I think that sometimes we tell ourselves we don't have time to just spend alone by ourselves, but I'm finding more and more that that's not true. And even for myself, I'm like, maybe that's just an excuse, because we all have our lives, and we all have responsibilities, and we all have things to do, and many of us have kids, and and that's a whole other type of responsibility. But I think no matter, if your kids are older or if they're infants, there are ways to find some time to break away. And it doesn't have to be hours and hours. It doesn't have to even be an hour. It could be 20 minutes. It could be 15 minutes in the morning, The easiest time I find to be alone is when everyone else in the house is asleep, And so sometimes that's what I'll do. I'll wake up and I'll notice everyone else is asleep. And to me, that's like, ooh, this is my time, So I'll go out in the living room or the front room, and I'll light a candle, and I'll sit there and drink my, hot water with lemon, because I'm not exactly drinking coffee anymore. And I'll just kind of sit. and listen and just be with myself. And I know that that sounds kind of like really like, but it's refreshing, and it's like it's just I think a really good way to start the day, you know? And I feel like we don't have a lot of that. I feel like a lot of people don't take the time for themselves and, you know, really consider themselves. What do I need to feel good today? What do I need to get my mind in a good place so that I'm happy when the kids wake up and I'm not annoyed and I'm not just waiting for their demands and expecting them to ask for this and that and the other, and you know, like it's a simple concept of like if I'm feeling good within myself, if I'm taking the time to make sure that I'm good, you know, that my cup is filled up in a way, in a sense, then I have more to give to everyone in my life. I have more to offer my wife, to offer the kids, you know, to just be in a good mood, to feel lighthearted, to, you know, yeah. So I think we got to make time for ourselves. I think we got to make that a priority, you know, because I believe that the people in our lives, our loved ones, you know, our kids, our partners, our family, they deserve that from us, you know. We all deserve to feel good and to be happy. And I believe that the people in our life that we, you know, that we love and support and care for, they deserve to see our best, you know. And I think that when we're depleted and when we're, you know, haven't taken time out for ourselves and haven't just said, hey, what do I want to do for me today? What can I do that's really just something for me and not about doing anything for any other people? What can I do, you know? And the more we do that, the better we do feel, because we're filling our cup. And that's the thing, like it's our responsibility to actually do that. Sometimes I think that we think, well, I spend so much time filling everyone else's cup, doing for everyone else, like someone should be doing for me, right? I believed that for a long time, and then I realized that that's not the best way to go about it. It's not really effective, and I found that it didn't work for me. And so I started to learn how to fill my own cup, you know. And I think when you do that and you demonstrate to the people in your life, this is me time, this is important time for me, they start to see like, oh, you know, maybe that's something that I need for me too, you know. You kind of set an example, and maybe you don't tell them about it, maybe you don't teach and preach about it, but you just kind of do, and you do your thing, and you let them know, hey, these 15 minutes are mine, and I would like to not be bothered by anything. And then they see where you've drawn your boundaries, drawn, you know, a line and said, okay, well, I love you, want to take care of you, that's all good, but I do have to take care of me as well. So I think we can balance that. I think we can find a way to be really good at, you know, remembering to take care of ourselves, remembering to, you know, at least something small in every day that we just do for us because it makes us feel good, makes us happy, we just simply enjoy it. And that could be just like laying down for 15 minutes. Maybe you take a 15-minute nap. Maybe you just sit for 15 minutes and you don't do anything and you're not trying to overly think about anything, you know. Maybe you read. I don't know. We all have our little things that we like to do. Maybe you go for a walk. Maybe you sit in the park. Maybe you just sit in your backyard, you know. Or maybe you sit in your bathroom because that's the only place that, you know, there's a lock on the door that can keep other people out. Like children that don't understand that when you're using the restroom, maybe you don't want them in there with you. I don't know. Kids are silly like that. But yeah, just want to put it out there, you know, happy Saturday to everyone. And keep that in mind. What can you do for you, you know, that makes you feel better, that makes you feel like a better you? And then do more of that in 2019. All right, pals. Everyone have a good one, and I'll see you on the next video. Almost dropped my camera.